Hello, I am Shweta Sridhar, a student at the University of Florida. As part of my pattern recognition course, I would like to present to you all my presentation on fingerprint recognition using minutiae detection. This project basically involved the design of a fingerprint recognition system that works on the following principles. Basically, a fingerprint is the pattern of the human skin on the finger. A fingerprint recognition system has been developed since many years because fingerprints are the best biometric tool for verification and identification purposes. Since fingerprints are immutable and unique, they can be used to identify people with or without any additional information regarding the person involved. Minutiae based approach is used because minutiae are the finer details in the fingerprint that are unique to each and every person and also unique between fingers of an individual. So as we can see in this picture, there are basically three parts to a fingerprint. One is a termination, which is the end point of a single ridge, and a bifurcation is where a ridge splits into two parts. And these termination bifurcations are known as minutiae. So a system level design of fingerprint recognition is as shown. Fingerprint recognition is basically used for two purposes: verification and identification. In the verification process, generally we input the fingerprint of a user along with a particular identification number, such as a name or a phone number or a particular ID. This is fed into the system database where we look for a match between the input fingerprint and the fingerprint in the database pertaining to the given ID. If there is a match between the given fingerprint and the fingerprint in the database for that particular ID, the user is allowed or given an authority to access information. This is basically used in ATMs or credit cards or even laptops that have fingerprint access. The second use of fingerprint recognition is in identification. This application is seen in crime scene investigations and other such applications. Basically, the fingerprint that is available at the crime scene is fed into the database and looked for a match. This match has to be accurate because we do not have any other information such as a ID or a name of the person, but only on the basis of the fingerprint we are recognizing the person who is possibly involved. We have a three-stage development of the entire system. The first stage is an image capture. For this project, the images used are available from the FVC 2000 database. So the other two parts of the project are a minutiae extractor and a minutiae matcher. The minutiae extractor and matcher are implemented algorithmically. Minutiae extractor is basically used to determine the minutiae points in a particular fingerprint image. The basic steps are as shown in this slide. The first step of a minutiae extractor is a pre-processing step. In the pre-processing, we basically try to generate an image that can help analyze the image in a much easier and a much quicker way in the subsequent steps. So the first step is image enhancement. Image enhancement generates a base image using either histogram equalization or Fourier transform. Histogram equalization is as shown. A histogram is basically a graphical representation of some data. That data is a random variable, and on the basis of the probability distribution of that data, a plot is made. In histogram equalization, we try to adjust the difference between the various values so that they are almost the same. So basically, for an image, a histogram equalization adjusts the contrast between pixels of different intensities. Once histogram equalization is performed, the contrast between pixels develops and we are able to extract minutiae easily. Another way is the use of the Fourier transform. The two-dimensional Fourier transform equation is as shown. Both histogram equalization and Fourier transform are applied to blocks of images, and within each block the analysis is performed so that we have a global enhancement as well as a local enhancement. This is how the fingerprint image gets developed once the enhancement has been performed. As we can see, the contrast is a lot better and the details are much clearer. The second stage in pre-processing is binarization. In binarization, basically we try to increase the contrast to its maximum by ensuring that all pixels have a value of either 0 or 1. This is performed using a local adaptation thresholding. We set a threshold for a value of a particular pixel, and we take a single block of the image and compare that pixel's value to the average intensity value of that block. If the pixel's value is greater than the average intensity value, we set that pixel to be a 1, otherwise it is 0. So we see that after binarization, the fingerprint is in clear detail of all the ridges, and there is no background information involved. The next step is segmentation. In segmentation, basically we try to remove redundant portions of the image, and we try to extract a small region of interest which can be used for analysis. So the first step in segmentation is block directional estimation, where we estimate the direction of movement of the pixels and analyze where the pixels are repeated within the image and remove the redundant areas. So basically the foreground pixels have a dominant direction, and those are the pixels that we need for analysis. The background pixels are disregarded because they don't have any direction and cannot be used for further analysis. There are two parts where the region of interest bounding box is drawn. One is the portion within the bounding box, that is done using the block directional estimation, and for the edges of the bounding box we apply an edge detector. We get the gradient in the x and y coordinates for every pixel and estimate the region of interest. The actual region of interest is drawn using morphological methods. We use the close and the open function. This is the output of image segmentation. You can see the direction of movement of all the pixels and how the ridges curve, and what portions are actually redundant and not. So this is how the morphological operations work. We have the original area of the entire image. The close function gives one output and the open function gives another. Close basically shrinks images and the close expands images and the open shrinks images. And the output image, which with the box, is the subtraction between the close and the open images. The next stage of minutiae extraction is ridge thinning. Basically, redundant pixels are not available just outside the ROI, also within the ROI the ridges are very thick, so we thin the ridges and assume that all ridges are 1 pixel wide. And to do this process we have many techniques. The last stage of minutiae extraction is after thinning we identify the points. The points can be identified as either a bifurcation or a termination. So we analyze small windows, and within each window, if the center pixel is a 1 and it has 3 neighboring pixels of a value 1, that particular pixel is termed as a bifurcation. If the center pixel has a value 1 and any one of its neighbors are 1 and all the others are 0, then we term that pixel as a termination. So once these are done, we label these pixels using morphological operations, and the final set of minutiae are given as shown. The red dots and the yellow dots